This video is brought to you by Saraswati Vidyalaya Union. And hi, this is Prapti. Today we are going to study about the respiration and circulation. From that, today's topic is coagulation of blood or clotting of blood. Now let's see.
Now, the next topic is there. So that is known as the coagulation of blood, or you can say that clotting of blood. See that whenever there is injury on the body, so there is no continuous flow of that blood. After the few minutes, after the few seconds, so that blood stops to comes outside. So means what happened over there? So there is a clotting of blood takes place. But remember this one, this clotting of blood is never takes place whenever blood is present inside the body. Now what is the reason behind it? Because inside our blood, inside that blood capillaries, there is a presence of anticoagulant agent. And that anticoagulant agent which is known as the heparin. And due to that heparin, there is no coagulation, there is no clotting in our body. Okay, so see that. So that heparin is present, so that's why there is no clotting. That's why that blood can easily flow, and that's why we can work properly, isn't it? But here what happened? So whenever that blood comes outside, whenever that blood comes in contact with the external things, external substances, then there is a coagulation, then there is a clotting. Now what is the exact definition of the clotting? Now let's see about it. It is the process. It is a process of conversion. It is a process of conversion of liquid form of blood. It is the process of conversion of liquid form of blood into solid form. That is known as the clotting. That is known as the coagulation. Okay, in this process is there. So when this process takes place, whenever blood, here the two things are there. Whenever the blood comes in contact with the internal substances, whenever blood comes in contact with the internal substances, so that time so many changes takes place. And whenever blood comes in contact with the foreign substances, means external substances, so that time there are the changes takes place. That time means this both the factors are responsible for the clotting of the blood. Means here you can say that there are the two pathways are there. One is known as the intrinsic pathway. Means whenever blood comes in contact with the internal substances. The intrinsic pathway and extrinsic pathway, both of these pathways are responsible for the coagulation of blood. Okay, now this pathway takes place with the help of different clotting factors. See this. Remember this one, in our body different clotting factors are there. Okay, from 1st to 13 or more than these are the clotting factors. Okay, but from that all the clotting factors, so here that factor 12, okay, factor 12, factor 11, factor 10, factor 9, then factor 8, okay, then factor 7, factor 5 and factor 2, as well as there is a factor 3 also. These are the different factors playing an important role during the coagulation. Okay, but in that this intrinsic pathway is there. So this intrinsic pathway, which factors they are using in the intrinsic factor? That is the 12th factor, 11th factor, 9th factor. Okay, so as well as 8th factor. And these are used by this intrinsic pathway. And then the other one, so such as here this 7th, 3rd. So these are used by this extrinsic pathway. Okay, it is not given in detail in your book, in our Maharashtra State Board. So here just given that these few factors are there that are playing an important role during the coagulation. Now what happened during the coagulation? Like this is the blood vessel. Okay, due to any injury, so that cut is formed on that blood vessel. In the blood vessel, these RBCs are present. Okay, then there is a blood platelets are present. Okay, as well as there is a presence of these WBCs. Okay, and then there is a presence of these plasma. All these are substances are present. So here what happened, whenever there is a cut on body, so from that body the continuous blood is coming out. Okay, so remember this one, whenever there is a continuous flow of blood, so it is harmful for the body. Okay, so it has to stop. So here what happened in the intrinsic pathway, means these internal factors, what they are doing here, this blood vessel is made up of one of the tissues, that is the simple squamous epithelium tissue. Okay, so here this simple squamous epithelial tissue, as well as here these damaged tissues, these are producing few substances, these are producing few enzymes. So these damaged tissues as well as these damaged capillaries, these damaged substances, they produces some enzyme, and they are applying that enzyme over there, and then it stops the bleeding. But how it takes place? Here what happened, at that whenever there is any injury, at that point all these blood platelet comes. They observed it, then all the blood platelets comes, they bind to each other, and then they are just, then also the blood flow is there. So what they are doing, then these blood platelets, they releases the enzyme. Okay, so here which enzyme they are releasing? Thrombokinase. They releases this thrombokinase, or you can say that they are releasing the prothrombinase. Which factors are there to which factors are responsible for releasing this enzyme, such as the factor second? This is related to the intrinsic pathway. So the factor here 12, then 12A, 11, 11A, 9, that 9A, and here this 8th factor. These are responsible for producing this thrombinase enzyme. Okay, so prothrombinase and thrombokinase. At the same time, these blood platelets, at the same time, these damaged tissues are produces the thromboplastin. What I am saying, at the same time, these damaged tissues are there, which are produces thromboplastin. And then this thromboplastin convert into the same thing that is known as a prothrombinase. Now which factor is responsible to release this prothrombinase? So there is a clotting factor, that is a third factor. Okay, so that third clotting factor is responsible for producing this thrombokinase, and both of these are produces this prothrombinase. Okay, now here what happened, this prothrombinase? So in presence of this prothrombinase enzyme, this inactive prothrombin, this prothrombin is there in presence of this thrombokinase or the prothrombinase enzyme. This inactive prothrombin converts into the active. See that in presence of this prothrombinase, it converts into the thrombin. So it becomes active. This only blood platelets are not able to just stop this blood. Okay, so what these blood platelets are doing? These blood platelets are producing this enzyme. With the help of this enzyme, they are applying this enzyme here. and with the help of this enzyme, they are forming that platelet plug. Okay, then it forms this platelet plug here.
See, in the diagram I have shown that platelet plug, that is by the platelet aggregation. Okay, now see this video. In this video, all these platelets as well as this coagulation factor which releasing the enzyme, that is the thrombin. Okay, so these all which are produced as the clot. Now see that here there is a formation of clot, or the first before that there is a formation of platelet plug.
Then in presence of this thrombin, there is the fibrinogen, which is the soluble fibrinogen is there, which is present in this. So this fibrinogen, these are the proteins which are present in the blood, in the plasma. So this soluble fibrinogen is there. This soluble fibrinogen which get converted into the fibrin. It becomes the insoluble. Okay, then this fibrin, whenever it comes in contact with the RBCs, it forms a network-like structure. It forms a mesh-like structure. Means what? It binds all these RBCs together. It binds all the platelets, all these.
See, in this video I have shown that this fibrin forms a mesh in which platelets and other blood cells are trapped, and they are forming the clot.
RBCs together, and it stops this secretion. Okay, so that time this fibrin, it is only known as the clot, and then here the clot is produced. So then there is no movement of the blood. Means here, so this fibrin is there. This fibrin forms a mesh in which platelets and other blood cells are trapped, as I have already shown you. These fibrins which forms a mesh, network like structure, and which these platelets, the other RBCs get trapped, and then there is no flow of that blood, and then blood clotting occurs like this manner. This is related to the clotting of the blood, means coagulation of blood. Both of these factors here, that third and the second factor which is responsible for the production of this thrombokinase and for converting this thrombokinase into the prothrombinase. That's third factor is important, and then for converting this prothrombin to thrombin, that fifth and second factor is responsible. It is not given in your book, but just remember this one. Okay, this is about the coagulation of blood. These two things you have to remember. Prothrombin converts into the active thrombin, and fibrinogen, soluble fibrinogen, converts into the insoluble. So you have to remember this, from where this prothrombinase comes. Okay, it comes from the platelets also, as it comes from the damaged tissues also. This damaged platelets. Okay.